We're going to be working more from the inside to outside on this one, with the first point being your collagen intake is making you look cooked. This is the most abundant protein in the human body. It quite literally is your skin. It is your bones, your tendons, your ligaments, your cartilage, connective tissue. But most modern man and perhaps woman's consumption of this is fairly negligible. A few easy options. Change your mince from low fat to high fat. Most butchers will use the previously mentioned trimmings most people don't buy to plump up their mince. It's a very cheap option for them. It also tastes tremendous and is full to the brim with all the essential vitamins you need, namely A and E, which have direct evidence linked to, you guessed it, skin health. As well as opting for fattier cuts of meat, bone broth is another very easy option to add into the mix, which is abundant in collagen. Critical functions for skin elasticity, moisture, structure, regeneration, which prevents premature aging. I typically, I'm just about to have a hot mug of bone broth as a pre-dinner appetizer. It's also tremendous when you're breaking your fasts, especially the longer ones. Or if you want a very simple, very non-invasive option, collagen powder, I think you should get collagen powder anyway because it doubles up nicely with any protein shake. It's tasteless and it's cheap because, again, these are trimmings that people just don't buy and very protein dense. I actually believe beyond the topic of skincare, collagen is one of those essential supplements for modern Western man and woman because we're simply not getting enough through diet alone. Maybe it's something about the texture of collagen, which can be off-putting. I get the narrative. On the topic of keeping our skincare raw, real, and without making our morning routines 4 times longer than they need to be, water, of course, drink it, drown yourselves in it, drown your friends in it. They will appreciate it. Dry or flaky skin all comes at the consequence of poor hydration. But I actually go a step further in this by making your ordinary water the water of life by adding some methylene blue into it. I did a previous video on this, which you should definitely check out. But there's a whole host of other benefits which are directly implied towards skin health. But I'll just rattle off a few for your consideration now. So it increases the expression of collagen and elastin, equaling a smoother skin and texture. Improvements in skin thickness through hydrating also increases that kind of youthful glow. Increased wound healing properties, delaying cellular aging, and also 0 markers of skin irritation equally. Just a last point, methylene blue actually absorbs UVA and UVB rays, which protects against sun damage and also DNA damage. Those who have looked into skincare will be aware of the narrative that using some kind of moisturizer, which includes SPF, so this is sun protection factor, most of them advocating minimum of 30 SPF. Inducing a regular state of autophagy is also going to do wonders for you. I entertain regular fasting protocols in order to allow my body the time to remove or recycle the dead, damaged cells, the plaque, the pus, the undigested food, the bacteria. You get the picture. Prolonging your next feed actually gives the body the time and opportunity to do this without having to go through the taxing process of digestion and peristalsis. It is not too difficult to discern, therefore, why there is an ever-present narrative of anti-aging, with fasting practices. Listen, guys, this is very raw, this is very real, this is very caveman, very simple. It was supposed to be. You weren't built for applying, several different creams and oils and potions and ointments every 12 hours a day. Most of this comes from entertaining just very simple changes inside out. But regarding the more topical options, you could say, there are systems, practical systems you can use on your skin which do have an argument for, of course, a cleanser here and there to remove excess oil, dead skin, dirt from your pores, yes. But then again, go gently. If you've been hitting the gym regularly enough, your hand calluses will provide the perfect exfoliant, other than these rotating gizmos that they look like dildos, to be transparent with yourself. And it's not a terrible good look. So again, go to the gym, get some calluses, don't use gloves like a pleb. If you're not getting adequate skin exposure to the sun, you could also leverage something like red light therapy. I knocked this out while meditating with a whole host of other benefits. So a couple lines on red light therapy. You've got the reduction on fine lines, wrinkles, improvements in skin elasticity, promotion of collagen, and also increasing the activity of fibroblasts. So these are cells that actually produce collagen and other tissue fibers. There's a lot of merit in it also reducing the prevalence of acne by reducing inflammation, affecting sebum production, and also helping treat old acne scars. And there's some ideas of reducing things like alopecia by promoting more hair thickness. Now, in regards to hydration, you could again be using one of these SPF moisturizers to great effect. Accutane if you suffer from severe acne, but again, the caveman approach, this is the most natural, non-invasive option, and that would be tallow. So beef tallow acts as a tremendous, deep penetrating moisturizer to improve skin hydration. Its lipid composition also helps seal in moisture, preventing any dryness and dehydration throughout the day. And it's in this way that it's very effective for dry skin, cracked skin, and other hydration-related issues. What's very interesting about tallow is that its molecular structure is very similar to natural oils in human skin, making it very, very compatible, and it won't clog the pores either, which makes it very suitable for most people who use it, including those who are very, very sensitive to some of these lotions and potions. The vitamins and fatty acids in beef tallow also support healthy cell turnover, skin regeneration, and healing of minor cuts, burns, scars, and any kind of wounds. Vitamin A, promoting healthy cell turnover, while vitamin K aids in the healing and the reduction of appearances such as scars. What's really interesting about tallow, which I'm sure you don't know, is that it is a natural SPF. Although it is a small SPF, I think the factor is between 4 and 7, it does provide some protection against UV rays. If you want something a little bit more hard-wearing, maybe something like Tallow Sun Balm, which combines grass-fed beef tallow with non-nano zinc oxide. And this is a chemical-free alternative to traditional sunscreens. And I believe they can reach SPF levels up to 28. But use your best judgment in this regard. If you spend a lot of time outside, the latter option is advisable, or an SPF moisturizer up to 30 or higher. I'm sure you've all seen that image of, I think it's a truck driver or a lorry driver, and one half of his face is always exposed to sunlight without any SPF protection. And it's night and day. He's aging, very, very rapidly. Not to say that the sun's bad, but of course, excess UV exposure has links to increased aging, like visuals, let's say. So there can be too much of a good thing. These aren't theories today, gentlemen. These are facts. Speak soon.